About 18 months ago, I had to give up the job I had due to a combination of mental health problems and physical exhaustion. It was a really hot summer in 2010, and I was working almost every day in a really hot kitchen. The longer the summer went on, the more agitated and uncomfortable I became. I started to lose sleep. My memory started to go badly. Then one day, I end up in the hospital. I didn't know why I was there. It's only after I got home that I started to piece together what had actually happened. But anyway, things got worse after that. Still not sleeping, I started hearing things, seeing things that weren't there, and I became increasingly more aggressive towards members of my own family, to the point where they just didn't want to be around me, which is understandable. I can tell you from first-hand experience that losing the plot, losing my mind, was near enough the worst thing that's happened to me. I became extremely paranoid. I genuinely thought for a while that members of my own family had been replaced by actors who were there to spy on me. I thought they were imposters. So I asked them questions about the past, trying to catch them out, you know. I actually managed to convince myself that I had somehow stumbled into a different dimension, an alternate reality, where everything and everyone belonged except me, and somehow everyone else knew it. I thought I was living in some kind of 1984 nightmarish reality for a while. I know it sounds, but it seemed perfectly real to me. And the behaviour of people around me sort of confirmed my worst fears. I had a visit from my doctor and another trip to the hospital where they injected me with something I didn't know what, but I didn't ask for the injection. Anyway, I don't want to go into details about that. I'll just say that I was in a bad state for a couple of weeks. Then I made a slow recovery. I regained my sanity and ability to reason, thankfully. Going through all that horrible stuff made me appreciate my mind, my health, a whole lot more than I had before. I'm very grateful for my recovery and my good health, no question. I've tried to put all my negative feelings about what happened during that time behind me. I have actually resolved some of my feelings, but not all. I still feel that I was taken advantage of by some people. I was threatened and intimidated during my illness. Obviously, I'm not happy about that. I'm not angry about this anymore, though. I don't want to lash out or punish those who lowered themselves. I'm willing to forgive. But I won't forget. Some people who I used to see regularly before my illness, I haven't seen them since. I think I scared a lot of people with the way I was behaving and the things I was saying. But I certainly don't feel ashamed for anything I did or said during my problems. Shame doesn't come into it for me. Mental illness is just one of those things. It happens to a lot of people, and some people's problems really are much worse than others. I'm one of the lucky ones, really, because I got better. It doesn't work out that way for everyone. Not everyone is so fortunate. You know, one of the things about our society which deeply disturbs me is the way mental health, mental illness even, is viewed. Speaking generally here. People still fear mental illness. People with mental illnesses are still ridiculed by the cowardly and the ignorant. Due to a lack of knowledge and the influence of stereotypes in the media, people who are unfortunate enough to suffer from mental illnesses often find themselves isolated and socially excluded. We need to be better educated as a society. No excuses. We're a society that's in the habit of excluding and isolating people who are suffering and need our help. That's a cold truth. This has to be viewed as a moral failure of sorts, and this has to be seriously addressed, of course. Silence on this issue is not a healthy thing. Mental illness is something we should be talking about openly, even if it makes us very uncomfortable. Certain cultural beliefs will have to be overturned if we're to make genuine progress here, I think. Anyway, I will see you later, folks. Take care.